Let the battles begin!
Fight fans, here we go. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner to my right. He's an MMA specialist, standing 5 feet 6 inches tall. He weighed officially at 161 pounds even. Tonight, his record stands 1 win against 3 defeats, representing Adrenaline MMA and fighting out of Beaumont, California. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing And introducing his opponent, fighting across the cage out of the red corner to my left. He's a freestyle fighter, standing 5 feet 8 inches tall. He winning officially at 159 pounds even. His record tonight, 2 wins against 1 defeat, representing the Cobra Kai and fighting out of Victorville, California. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Tony, the Honey Badger. Once again, your referee in charge, Mike, about time to go final instructions.
All right, Joe, been over the rules already. Protect yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times. Touch goes now if you want. The sound of the bell, come on out and handle your business. Let's go.
Scheduled for 3 3-minute rounds at 160. Here we go. Bad boy, excuse me.
Ever coming out in southpaw stance. A lot of times the counter to the southpaw is the cross. Tony tends to open it up with his hands and looks to secure rounds with takedowns, but his kickboxing is on point. Tony doing a great job of, or Ever doing a great job of being ready and staying ready for those shots, keeping those hands up. That can, that's something that's so important in the sport. If you have to stay ready. You don't, if you're in range for your opponent, you're in danger of getting knocked out.
Oh, he caught it in the groin. So Hernandez will get 5 minutes to try to shake it off.
Oh, that was a good one because sometimes you're like, oh, did he really get hit? No, we saw that.
Oh yeah, he got popped.
But what also happens right now is Tony can't be coached. He has to go to a neutral corner, so his coach cannot speak to him. And now Ever is taken out of whatever game plan. When I know accidents happen, but your train of thought is now lost. So it's difficult, and the fighter just wants to get back in there, but a lot of times the coach is like, hey, relax, take the full 5 minutes, catch your breath, regroup, don't go out there emotional.
Here we go, time is put back on the clock. We'll see how that affected. Wow, it's amazing he went to the inside leg kick right away like that. Usually it makes you shy a little for at least a minute.
Yeah, but sometimes you can't worry about that. You know, that's your opponent's problem.
Right.
Beautiful shot. Oh, Ever doing a great job of changing levels and getting a whizzer. Oh, outside trip by Tony. That ended up catching Ever, because before that, Ever did a great job with that whizzer, and he was getting the angle. Antonio's now top position, splitting the middle, going for a guillotine. Wow, great job, great transition. Oh, sometimes that can cost you going for the finish to lose position, but if you think you've got it, you got to go.
Good job there, Ever getting out of danger.
Seeing a lot of luck, or not luck, but a lot of success. That was very polite, because it's not. Fighter doesn't have to back off until the referee stops him. Both of these guys are trying to hurt each other right now, but there's actual mutual respect that you saw just now from that.
Yeah, and Gomez had apologized after the groin strike too, so there's good blood here, and they're both acting like professionals. 10-second warning here in
There's
the
the
opener.
single leg, trying to secure another takedown, but it's hard because Ever had a great crossface. Nice job, both fighters.
Seconds out. How'd you score that first round?
Antonio did get a solid takedown. The strikes were close, but he was able to get some of the kicks. In my opinion, 10-9 to Antonio. However, Ever was in that fight the whole time. As long as Ever doesn't lose position, I mean, he can knock out Tony. He's got the low center of gravity, allows you to land some big shots there. Both fighters open stance. You saw an overhand right there from Ever that came over the hand of Tony. Tony looking for the shot, Ever pushing him in the fence. You want to see Antonio change levels to get underneath his opponent. Ever able to land some nice strikes there and readjust position. So now, good head movement by both. No one's slowing down the pace. Ever knows that he's got to be careful of the hands and the feet of Antonio and expect a takedown. So it doesn't really let him set up anything. He doesn't have time to watch. You kind of want to see a little bit more aggression out of him, but he's had success with the countering.
Yeah, he's gotten out of trouble. He's very explosive. You know, he's just 22 years old. Has that explosive ability.
Oh, wow. You've got to see the footwork, though. The footwork defines everything. Right there, Ever going for a guillotine, and Antonio shoving the shoulder in. He's not in trouble there. If he wants to focus the position, the head pops out. Now, right now, he's got to be careful because Ever could step on the cage, so you want to make sure you crowd him. You're in control, but you got to be careful of those up kicks.
Beautiful up kick.
So Ever's going to probably look to use the fence. Antonio's going to try to block positions and get some ground and pound. Both of these fighters know that it's still a close round, so you want to do damage on top. We've seen the referee earlier in the fight stand up. We've seen success with the uppercut right away. Back to striking. Great stand-up by Ever. Double leg attempt. Now Ever's went for this guillotine several times, and it's kind of costed him because his takedown defense has been great. But maybe he knows he needs to try to get a finish. I'm not sure right there. When you don't have guard, the guillotine on the opposite side of the body is very difficult to have success with.
So I think the corner of Ever Hernandez frustrated with the lack of offense, and it's just, you know, Antonio's able to impose his will, at least in this round.
Now, you saw Antonio in a second. He wants to bump in, keep him flat. He's going to look to put his knee on top of Ever's hand and then maybe try to hit him. We've seen him try this several times. Kimura attacked by Ever. Ever's never out of this fight, but it's just his choice of going for the submission rather than defending the submission, giving up the position or defending the takedown.
Yeah, he's got a good active guard. You know, he's trying for the submissions. So it's not, he's not laying and praying. He's active and he's trying to get to his feet. Good job there.
Oh, wow, he's never stopped. You know, can you blame him for trying to go for a finish? Can you say, oh man, I don't know if that was the right decision there? Because he's trying to end the fight.
And that just takes time. These guys are young. Ever Hernandez is 22. Gomez is just 26.
Catch into the gloves. Now, before we saw Ever land an overhand right from the footwork, spinning back fist, but you never really want to throw a single spinning back fist without your opponent circling, because that's normally most effective when you're circling, when the guy is trying to beat your foot. But as we can see, Tony's actually coming straight in. If anyone's, look at the footwork. You can see it's all in the lead foot. Where Ever is stepping, you see the lateral motion before he comes in. He kind of wants to throw that spinning back fist again, I kind of felt like right there. But if Antonio doesn't give him a circular motion, now that was great out of Ever. Why? Because beginning, he threw the spinning back fist. Expecting Antonio to do to read and register the same thing, he threw a spinning heel kick. Good push kick. Tries to follow up with a good roundhouse overhand. Antonio able to collect himself. Now Ever's pushing the pace, but he very well could be down in the cards.
I think he feels the impetus to push the pace. He's doing a great job doing it. I wouldn't even, Gomez could be rocked.
Yeah, but then he started coming forward. That was crazy. Ever has a choice. Does he go for that? Does he circle? Hands up. Great job. I think that was an adjustment that they made in between rounds, and I think it was very smart of them. Ever trying to come up the middle with an uppercut, but he seems to be a little bit fatigued. I think if he was a little bit more fresh, he would have had more luck with that.
Right now, Joe Daddy, Ever's corner is begging him to put the pressure on. They think Gomez is hurt. If he's not hurt, he's tired, but he has no offense whatsoever.
Well, I think-
Ever's got to close out right now.
I think they're both fatigued, so any punch right now from either of them can knock them out. You got to keep your guard up. We see the spinning hook kick again. That takes a lot of energy out of you. Maybe I'm mistaken about Ever, but I mean, I think you see his corner saying more than one shot, because it's not the first one that's going to catch him. It's this third or fourth one that comes in and catches your opponent's guard.
They want pressure because the Honey Badger has offered not that much offense here.
We've seen 2 shots, but we've seen Ever now defend the shots. And oh wow, that could be fatigue, could have been caught, but you see him stepping in and coming forward. This is ending like Rocky. Both of these guys trying to finish it, which is crazy. Normally you'll see a shot. I would expect 1 shot from either of them right now. They're hitting each other with everything they've got, but they're unfortunately very fatigued at this point. Any punch right now that lands, you can't do a linear knee kick. Any punch that lands could knock anyone out right now. You hear 10 seconds, expect a flurry.
Whoa.
Nice spinning kick. And
Ever's got all the juice right now. That's a great Ever Hernandez round, but is it too little too late?
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a big round of applause for both of these warriors? 3 fantastic rounds of action. And now to the judges' scorecards, we go for the official decision. All 3 judges, Chris Lieben, Rafael Davis, and Jackie Dinkin, all seem about the same. 29-28, all in favor of your winner by unanimous decision from Victorville,